Hi everyone, Tony from Hack the Movies here with Crystal because you guys wanted her in more videos, so here she is. And I forgot an apple crate, so I look very tiny. Anyway, Newt's behind camera and we're here looking for a Vampire and Paranormal museum, and I think we found it. Can you knock on this? Hello?
I'm Edmondo Crimi. Welcome to Museum Vampa. Come on in. So this is our first room. This is full of 19th century European vampire killing sets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, so I noticed there's a bunch of stuff in a glass case here. So where are these from?
These are from Greece.
Ooh.
Yes, each piece is individually all hand carved, and it was used specifically as a dagger to kill a vampire or a vampire helper, which were called familiars or collaborators.
Right. Okay, all right, I have to ask. How big do vampires get? Because these stakes are gigantic.
These are big stakes. A lot of times what they would do is go to a coffin of a vampire and use the bigger stakes into the heart.
Okay.
They took this serious.
Yeah, these are huge. And they're so detailed. Like, what is the significance of putting little faces on the thing?
Well, it's an edification of the vampire killer. So they would really try to have beautiful objects. That's why this is called the art of the kill.
Oh. And holy crap. So that's another one just to break into a coffin.
That's another one used on spikes on either side. This is all hand-carved walnut wood. It's from the 19th century. I mean, this one here is French and it's from 1860.
This stuff is crazy. What is this?
This came from a door out of France.
It's an actual door.
It's an actual door that was in a barn.
In a barn?
In a barn. The entire family.
What were they so scared about in this barn?
Well, the entire family were vampire hunters.
How many people were in this family?
They had about 15 people.
Huge family.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and every single one, like, did they have kids that were vampire hunters?
Well, they didn't have the children.
Oh,
It was really the adults would do it, but they were very serious about it. Their uncle was killed by a vampire, and after that happened, they spent their entire life protecting the village and also hunting vampires.
So it's the family's revenge. That's amazing.
This one is Italian. This is all hand-carved wood.
It's Italian. Nice. I'm a big fan already.
When they weren't making pizzas, they were killing vampires.
Wow. So what is in here? Like, what?
Everything you see that's white color is actually hand-carved ivory. Wow. And it's ebonized wood, and it dates from the 19th century.
What do the bells do?
The bells would just be symbols for the edification for the vampire hunter.
Okay.
And there's an axe. Is this an axe?
That's an actual axe, yes.
And what's this, like, just to break down the coffin as well, along with using the stakes, or
to fight the vampire helpers.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't just to kill the vampire, it was actually a lot of times to kill the helpers of the vampires.
Right. So obviously you come into this room and you're drawn to this big case with a Star of David, I believe. What is this?
Well, this is a 19th century reliquary. It's actually Italian.
Oh, okay.
It's all hand-carved peach wood.
Nice. Tell me about this book that I'm afraid to touch because I'm afraid it'll bring back the dead.
Well, it's actually a Bible.
Oh, okay.
If you're afraid to touch it, you might have demonic influence with it.
Well, I'm also afraid to touch it because it looks very old and expensive.
Okay.
So I'm not going to touch it. I love that there's a saw, but they were like, wait, we got to make sure we don't just use the saw we use for cutting wood. So let's put a big cross on it so we know it's the vampire killing saw. Please tell me about this saw because I'm in love with it.
What that is, a lot of times they would have to decapitate the head of the vampire.
Obviously.
Kind of like Abraham Lincoln, they had that movie where they decapitate the head. So they would cut the head of the vampire while he slept.
Okay, and I guess he worked out a lot and he had a beefy neck? Because that looks like it's overkill.
Yeah, I mean, they were serious about this.
Like, that was a vampire that owned the guy money. I'm not
Mafia vampires.
Yeah. Like, look, he's evil and the son of the devil, but that motherfucker. That is great. That is awesome.
You stab them and then take their head?
Usually you would stab them in the heart and then cut off the head.
All right, let's move along.
Okay.
All right, so we come into here and we just see the name Jack Palance here. Can you tell me about what's going on?
Okay, well, Jack Palance, when he wasn't doing one-handed push-ups, he was actually collecting vampire memorabilia. And these are all items that I purchased from his estate.
And it also helps that he played Dracula as well.
That's probably why he got the interest in all the vampire killing art.
That is so cool. Who would have thought if you become like a character and you get so invested, you're just like, I need to collect all of it.
He also played the crime boss of Gotham City.
Yeah, he was also Batman.
That is so cool. Speaking of actors, though, there was another artist over here. We saw the name of Michael Jackson.
Yes, this one belonged to Michael Jackson. He purchased it from an antique dealer in California. And he actually purchased it as a gift for David Guest, who was Liza Minnelli's husband. But then he was told by one of the religious groups he was involved with that they didn't want him to give it, so he returned it to the antique dealer. And I bought it from the antique dealer.
Nice.
Oh, wow. I wonder what made him just want to buy that as a gift.
I think David Guest actually liked some unusual stuff, and I actually have sold him personally some items as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
This one's not for sale.
Keep that one. So there's two rooms that make me really, really excited, and this is one of them. This is an original exorcism chair. Tell me everything.
This is one of our rarest pieces. This is a German 19th century exorcism chair. All original, has an ivory crucifix, all hand carved. This is all hand tooled leather. This here would be around the neck. And then the hands and arms would go through here. Yeah, pick it up, yeah.
Oh my God, I want that around my neck.
And this would be around the person's wrist. And this moves, this goes up and down depending on the size of the person. This was a portable device that they would use. The exorcist would go to someone's home and bring this with them.
They just carry this around, exorcist to exorcist?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. How many exorcists would you think would happen in this chair?
There's I don't know. I don't have any records of it, but many. They believed in this.
They still do.
Actually, there's more exorcisms going on now than there's ever been throughout history.
Why do you think that?
Because there's a lot of demonic influence. And what you would have here is the binding by oath, and you have the levels of demonic ownership. One of the things you would have is infestation. So that's an object. So or it could be an animal. So let's say you have something that has demonic influence. The demonic influence goes into the object, like a Ouija board.
Okay.
Then you would have what's called demonic oppression. That is something that it's not as a full-blown possession, like with the head spinning around, which probably didn't happen, but demonic oppression is almost a consideration like bad luck. You're feeling excessively angry. You're feeling excessively fearful. You're in a really bad mood. The demons would enter you.
You're explaining my life right now.
Maybe you're demonically oppressed.
I wouldn't, yeah, maybe.
Then you have demonic obsession, where a person can't stop thinking of a specific thought. Sometimes that could even be a good thought, sometimes it's a bad thought. But what the demons do is that they want to bring down the will of a person. And then you have full-blown demonic possession, where they actually go into the person. And that's when the exorcist has to pull out the demons out of the person.
And then it goes into that object? Is that what that is?
No. It is in the person. It is in the person.
When they actually pull
When the
it out?
demon leaves,
Yeah.
it just really goes right away from the person. It can go into another person. It can just wait to go into it. There are many demons too. It's not like Satan. There's many
there's so many different stories of everything that happened. I'm so confused of like, what did people truly believe? It's just, they just went out and they're all over the place going into different people.
It depends on the situation. There's many demons. You know, Mother Teresa actually had an exorcism performed on her. Another level, which is demonic integration. That's when the person has integrated with the demon and they're living a normal life, but the demon and them are working together.
Edmondo, please tell me. I see a lot of horrifying dolls here, and it's being chained off. What is going on here?
Well, I've received a lot of these dolls as gifts from people who were afraid of these dolls, or clowns, or puppets because they had demonic influences.
Okay, so these have demonic influences.
Yes.
Have you experienced the demonic influences?
I've experienced some, but a lot of people have experienced more.
Okay, and you chain it off just in case?
I don't want anyone to really touch them because I don't want anything to happen. The one that you see right in the middle there,
okay,
and the one on the far right there.
Okay.
Okay, so the one in the middle, the people received that doll, and after they received that doll, they got into a car accident.
Oh.
They bought it in Parma, Italy, and were in a car accident.
Okay.
They returned the doll to the antique dealer, and a week later, his warehouse burned down.
Oh, shit. So they gave it to you.
So they gave it to me, right?
All right.
That's the things I get, right?
Okay, you said the one on the right?
And the one on the right, that one is the one that most people say they hear voices from. And I actually have heard voices. My daughters have heard voices from that, and actually other people have heard voices. You're welcome to stay here tonight.
Okay, here. Let's just listen.
Subscribe to Hack the Movies.
Wow. I can't believe he said that. Hey, thanks. I didn't know he was a fan. One last thing. I see that doll was a big fan of the Joker.
Yes.
It actually does kind of look like the new Joker from the movie. Do you know the backstory of that, or is that just a generic clown head?
It came from a old museum that was in France.
Okay.
And when the museum closed down, we purchased a lot of their items from them.
Like, here's a clown head. Can you please explain the torso hung up in the corner?
That's there because I didn't have anywhere to put it.
Makes sense.
So I just placed it there.
Let's move on.
Okay, so this is my second favorite room, the Ouija board room. So tell me a little bit about Ouija boards.
Okay, so first of all, Ouija is a trademark. Okay, so they're actually called talking boards prior to Ouija trademarking the boards. And these are all from the early 19th century. Some are from the 18th century. This one here is very special. This one was Aleister Crowley's, the most evil man to ever exist. This was all hand painted.
Oh, I feel weird for touching it now. But it looks so nice, and it's so, you can't even tell how old it is.
It's in very good condition.
Yes.
And if you look at documentation, he was actually an artist. And all the paintings he did are also painted on this Ouija
See all
board.
this. Oh, and there's a face over here. Do you think he actually used it?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. What is this statue?
That's African.
Okay.
It's called a fetish doll.
Oh.
Now, a lot of people get the word fetish confused. They think it has like a sexual connotation.
Yeah, I'm like always down to talk about fetishes. I always think it's like interesting and like, all right, so what's going on with this doll?
Yeah, but it's not like that. Actually, a fetish is anything that has power over another person. So that's what actually the definition of fetish is. So in this, the people would actually, for different reasons, there would be voodoo. They would put the nails in order to, if they had someone that they didn't like, they would then take the doll and put nails into it.
Okay, there's a couple things in this room I want to talk about. Okay, one, you have a guy here kneeling, and satyrs, I believe, are coming out of him. What's going on here?
It's actually demons coming out of him.
Demons,
It
okay.
looks like an exorcism, actually, to me.
It does, actually. That's the most horrifying painting I've ever seen in my entire life, and I kind of don't want to go near it. What is that?
That's amazing because everyone is afraid of this painting.
Yes.
Every single person, I've had people comment more on that painting than any object in this entire place.
I want it above my bed. I love it.
If someone said, "Hey, can you imagine the most horrifying thing you've ever seen?" It would be that. So what is this? Are these just demons, or?
They are demons.
Okay.
This was painted by someone who I really can't mention the name,
Oh, okay.
but he's in jail.
This is a chair carved out of a nightmare. What is this?
Okay, well, this is an Italian 19th century chair,
Big fan of it already.
all hand carved. It has all skeletons.
Yes.
It has carved what's called caryatid figures. That's what these figures are in here. And this was owned by Vincent Price.
Oh, so this was Vincent Price's chair,
This was one of his chairs, yes.
and he would just chill in this, or was this?
I mean, I don't know what he did in it. I mean, that's between Vincent Price and whatever.
I feel like this is like Vincent Price bought this, and then he was probably like, that thing's scary. I don't want to sit in that. But like for parties, he's probably like, yeah, that's my chair is sitting on all the time. They're like, sit in it now. And he's like, nah, I don't want to.
Is it a rocking chair?
It's an actual rocking chair, yeah. It's amazing. It's one of the best items in the museum.
Okay, I have to ask permission. Can I touch the seat?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Vincent Price's ass was on this, and now I'm touching it years later. It feels nice.
Talking about fetishes, I mean, this guy's got some strange fetishes.
Well, I had a great time here. It was really, really amazing. There's so much cool stuff here. Thanks for having us, and where can the people at home find you here?
Well, you can find us at 28 North Union Street in Lambertville, New Jersey. We're open every Saturday and Sunday, and we're located at the People's Store Antique Center.
Yeah, and it's really great, and I had a great time. And oh my God, it's Dracula!
Dracula comes here sometimes.
Oh, he sometimes comes here?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Anyway, so come on over, and you'll maybe see Dracula.
Guys, you said you were gonna wait for me.